How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ruffled Rowlet, and welcome back to a brand new video. Now, today, guys, we actually have ourselves something to talk about that I did not expect to see today. Honestly, today was supposed to be a kind of a news roundup day, which I'll have a news roundup at the end of the day for you guys, but this popped up, and I thought, hey, let's actually see if we can debunk this and talk about this before we get into the news roundup at the end of the day. But anyway, guys, let's start with this. Apparently, leaks of the new Pokemon game on Switch going around. Here's one of them. Looks like it could be an E3 demo. Now, there's only one image. I specifically looked into, and I asked, by the way, shout out to Marin. I asked Marin, who's a friend of Gab's here, if, you know, he could possibly send me the other images, because I can't find the other images, or which ones they are, or where they are, or what's going on with them. Couldn't find them, but I did ask, like, hey, could you just do me a favor and tell me, like, what is up here? I want to know, what are there any other images, because I want to, like, inspect them. So, as you guys can see right here, we have a freaking image of an Umbreon and a Ninetales. So we have Umbreon here, which is the player's kind of, from the player's perspective, their Pokemon, and the, you know, enemy there has a freaking Ninetales. Now, I will say one thing. This is most likely fake. To begin with, it just doesn't look real, because here's the thing, right? When you take a picture, to begin with, I'll go into Photoshop as well and show you things in Photoshop, but with this image, guys, I'm gonna say one thing, right? I'm gonna have a lot of things to point out here, but this looks very similar to things I've seen in videos of people making stuff in Unreal Engine. So I'll go through the positives of, like, this, you know, like the positive aspects if this is how the game is gonna look like, and the negative aspects of if this is how it's gonna look like, and also how this is fake or how this could be real. I'll go through everything. So let's start with the positive aspects of this. So to begin with, I would love to see a more hyper-realistic Pokemon game. I think it would be really cool if they made it look like this. I mean, yeah, some parts of it look a little bit plastic, so to say. Some parts of Umbreon from this point of view look a bit plastic, but I think that potentially this could work really well. Then again, keep in mind, this is most likely fake. I'm assuming this is fake before I even, you know, don't take this as real. This is simply just, you know, rumors, fake leaks, whatever you want to call them. It's all it is for now, guys. We can't even, like, we don't know until it's confirmed otherwise. But either way, so looking at this, right, the UI on this is just kind of bare bones, in all honesty. Like, for example, you can see, like, the enemy Pokemon's name and gender and then level, but when you look at the bottom there, I mean, also when you look at that, it looks like it's a bit bent. Like, it looks like it's poorly proportion, right? This image is taken in such a weird angle where it looks like it's in the wrong position. It doesn't look like it's supposed to be like that. It doesn't look like it's properly angled. It actually looks wrong. It almost looks like it just looks like it's not in the right position. And if this was a real game, that would be really odd if, like, it was really just a poor angle, or maybe it's just the way the image is taken. I don't know, but it's really beyond the point. Like, it doesn't really matter that much. And also the fact that it misses a lot of things, like, you know, where's the attack button? Where do you press to attack? Why is it just like this? Or is this, like, just as you're getting into the battle? If so, why is it so, like, static? Like, I don't know. Something about this image is just doesn't. I mean, it feels fake to begin with, but, like, if these were the graphics, I'd be very happy about it. So in terms of pros, this would be cool graphics, because there's a lot of potential behind this. I mean, it wouldn't even be surprising if these were the graphics, because I think the Switch could handle it. Maybe not, like, super realistic with what we see here, but I think the Switch could handle something like this, potentially. I mean, I think it could. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's able to handle Skyrim and stuff, you know what I mean? And Skyrim isn't the best looking game, but it's able to handle it pretty decently. So I think it does have somewhat enough power to handle something like this. Then again, I could be very wrong, but I think this is most likely fake, just because it just looks way too hyper-realistic, and it reminds me of other things I've seen. Now, the reason why I think it's fake is because, again, the UI is just too minimalistic. There's nothing going on with the UI, and it's just in the wrong positions, right? It just looks like it's poorly positioned. Now, I don't know what that button in the lower corner right there. If you look up on the actual thing, if you look at the bottom right corner, the bottom right, you'll see this little thing that says something there in Japanese, I think. Yeah, those are Japanese, I think, you know, letters, whatever. If you look at that, you'll notice it says something. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be, like, where you go to kind of bring up a menu for the attack and the bag and run and etc. I'm not really sure, but I assume that's what it's supposed to be. But in general, though, this looks pretty cool. I will tell you that right now. But it's most likely fake, because honestly, it can't be real with these sort of, like, you know, the way it looks right here. And I will tell you, it's not hard to fake something like this. I mean, to make a fake like this, I've seen, like, amazing stuff done on the internet. For example, I'll show you videos right here. So we have this individual, Kryzen X here, who's done a lot of these, like, kind of test videos, you know what I mean? Like, stuff like this, right? Where, you know, you do Unreal Engine tests and stuff, of, like, graphics and things, and, you know, like, the fur and stuff like that. So it literally, like, it's a Neo fur test here, as you can see. But you can see also with the Umbreon, if we can zoom in on that, if we can find the spot right here, you'll see that You know what I mean? Like, I mean, some parts of it look a bit odd, but, like, generally speaking, it's got, like, it looks better than what we have in, you know, general Pokemon and, like, the current games. Look at that. The graphics look amazing in this, right? And we do know one thing for a fact. The next Pokemon game that's being made right now for the Switch is being made in Unreal Engine, so it's possible this could be something like what we're about to get. Though I still feel very skeptical and much too unrealistic that it would happen like this. If it is true though, then holy moly, and if any more images pop up, I'll definitely show them, like, you know, send them your way, guys. But you can see right here, another Unreal Engine test. You can see how it looks like almost, and it's really nice. I mean, look at these graphics. It looks insane. Like, it kind of reminds me of Pokémon almost, like, you know what I mean, like those kind of graphics, and that's kind of what this image looks like as well. Like, it does give me that kind of Pokémon feeling, which I wouldn't be surprised about. I mean, think about it. You have Pokémon on the Switch, right? And that works. If you just kind of downscale that slightly, I mean, maybe this is just I don't know, a demo type of thing that they're talking about, which I think is very unlikely. Again, they're saying it could be, you know, an E3 demo. That's what Gav is thinking, maybe. Again, he's also, I am assuming that Gav doesn't think this is real, but hey, it's just, you know, it's a rumored image, so to say, or a leaked fake, or whatever you want to call it for now, until it's proven otherwise. But I don't know, guys, it looks really nice. As you can see, it's very similar to this, I mean, in terms of graphics, and we do know for a fact that the Pokemon game that was being currently made on the Switch is being made in Unreal Engine. I've already said this a second ago in the video, but I want to point out again, it is being made in Unreal Engine, and all these tests right here by Kryzen are all in Unreal Engine, right? So, by the way, I also linked to all these videos and Kryzen stuff down below. You can also see this, and this is just an open field, right? A yellow open field. I mean, look at these graphics. It is just like, it's just animation tests. It's not even like, you know, anything crazy. It's literally just tests of animations. I mean, look at this. It's incredible. It looks so hyper-realistic. And I wouldn't mind a Pokemon game that goes this far and, like, looks this good. And we do also have stuff here from, like, Rafael Porto, who made, like, this little Pokemon battle system. You can kind of see how this looks like. Great UI on this, by the way. But, like, look at this. This is also, like, kind of has that, like, more realistic kind of feeling to it, because it's also in Unreal Engine. I mean, less realistic than the other ones we've seen, but still kind of has that same thing to it, I feel like. Same flair. But, I don't know, guys. I think this is most likely fake. There's no way this could be real, because I have a very hard time believing this could be possibly real. Now, I did end up doing a bit of a reverse image search, and I can't find anywhere from where this image is from. Again, usually images like these that are sent out on the internet, they come through places like 4chan, for example. Here, it is posted on 4chan as well. But apparently there are more images, and Gavis said that apparently the source who gave him the images took him down really quickly. So, that's what I was told by an individual who asked him for me, that essentially the source that actually posted them removed them really quickly, and this is the only one that he was able to, like, essentially get out there. And you can see people are saying, like, meh, it doesn't look real, or it's unrealistic. And I do agree, it looks very much like it would be very unrealistic to see something like this. Though, would I love to see this? Oh yes, I would love this, but it's very much unrealistic that they would be working on this big of a thing, you know, in that short amount of time. I just think it's very much, impossible, so to say. I think it's very unlikely that this would be happening, and this would be something we'd be seeing, you know, for Pokemon Switch, or Pokemon on the Switch. I don't think this is real. I do want to know your opinions, guys, though, because, again, it just looks too similar to Kryzen's freaking stuff here. It just looks way too similar to this stuff. I mean, again, it's just an image, so it's hard to know, and we do know they're working in Unreal Engine, so I don't know. I honestly feel like it could be anything, and this is another thing I'm going to talk about later with you guys, which is that, you know, Nintendo is aiming to sell about 20 more million freaking Nintendo Switches, so most likely Pokemon is happening this year based on that. But that's another topic for the end of the day, which I'll be doing a news roundup and stuff. But in general, though, guys, I want to know your opinions on this. What do you think about this this leak, I guess? I mean, I don't know what to call it, because it's kind of hard to call something like this a rumor, because I'm not sure if I'm supposed to call it a rumored image or just a leaked image. I think I'll just go with leaked image for now, but I think it's most likely fake. Again, I want to go into Photoshop really quick and show you guys what I'm talking about, because in Photoshop, you'll see a few things that I noticed, and that is up here in the corners, right? You see right here, you can kind of see that there are shadows, and these shadows just feel very unrealistic to me. Now, I don't really have my Switch right here, but I'm going to kind of take a look at right here. So, if you look at your, like, really any console, it's unrealistic that you would have those kind of shadows right there in the way that that one has it, like, on there. Usually, you know, you don't have an indent. It's very much like a flat screen, right? And I think the Switch kind of has a similar thing going on there. Now, again, I think my Switch is literally somewhere over there, but I think, as far as I remember, it's just a flat, like, surface. It doesn't have those indents almost that go inside of it, right? And maybe I'm wrong. I'll have to pick mine up later, and I'll probably give an updated comment down below in the, you know, comment section telling you if I was wrong. But I don't think they have those, like, you know, bulges, so to say. Like, it just doesn't, like, you know, bulge in. So that just makes me feel like, yeah, this is just simply something somebody's cut out. Actually, yeah, you can literally see it, because look at this. It has this drop shadow almost on the top parts right around here. You guys can see. Literally, all these parts around here have these bulges that you can actually look at. But actually, I'm going to zoom in a bit more to show you guys. If you actually zoom in, you'll see that there are these kind of drop shadows that fall down. But if you look at the bottom of the image, if you look down here, it doesn't have the exact same. I mean, it does have it all around, but again, I don't think you have that on a Switch though. On this side, you don't even have those bulges. It doesn't show up. Maybe it's just the way. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the Switch is like that, but I don't really know. It just looks like it's been a cut. It's a cutout image of a freaking, you know, Switch, or maybe somebody used, like, I don't know, some like really flat area so they can easily cut it out with Photoshop. But it doesn't look too real to me. I think it's most likely fake. I do want to know your opinions, guys, though. And also, if you think this is real, tell me why. And also, I will link everything down below, guys, and I want to know your opinions on this. What do you think about this image? Do you think it's real? Do you think it's fake? Let me know in the comments down below, guys, and thank you so much for watching. My name's RUMOUR. Have a great day, and bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen.